Good morning, students. This is the seventh chapter of Business Studies of class 12. The name of this chapter is Directing. First of all, we will understand the meaning of directing. Directing refers to giving instructions, guidance, and motivation to the staff in an organization to work efficiently in order to achieve organizational goal. Directing is a key managerial function performed by manager along with planning, organizing, staffing and controlling. Directing is a continuous process initiated at top level and flows to the bottom through organizational hierarchy. Now we will understand the characteristics of directing. The first characteristic is directing initiates action. Directing is required at all stages. A manager has to perform this function along with planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. The second characteristic is directing takes place at all levels of management. Every manager has to perform this function and thence it takes place at all levels of management. The third point is directing is continuous process. Directing takes place at all level of the organization so that all activities are directed towards the achievement of the organizational goals. The next point is directing flows from top to bottom. Directing initiates at top level and flows to the bottom of organization through organizational hierarchy. Now we will understand the importance of direction. Directing initiates action. This is the first importance. It helps in initiating action by the pupil in the organization towards attainment of desired objectives. The second importance is directing integrates employees' efforts. Coordination of all the activities of an organization is very necessary. A manager is required to motivate employees and work as team. The third point is motivation and leadership. It motivates the subordinate by showing leadership qualities to work efficiently and to contribute their maximum efforts towards the achievement of organizational goal. The fourth importance is directing facilitates change. Employees often resist changes due to fear of adverse effect on their employment and promotion. Effective directing through motivation, communication and leadership help employees to cope with the changes in environment. And the fifth importance is directing helps in stability and balance in organization. Effective directing fosters cooperation and commitment among the employees help striking a balance between various activities and departments. Now we will understand the principles of directing. Effective directing is a challenging task as it involves many complexities. A manager has to deal with people with diverse backgrounds and expectations. This complicates the directing process. The following are the basic principles of effective direction. The first one is maximum individual contribution. The first point is directing techniques must be applied towards maximizing individual contribution of employees for the achievement of organizational objectives. And the second point is it should bring out untapped energies of employees for efficiency of organization. The third point is it is an important function of management to motivate people and direct their effort towards the achievement of enterprise objective and their personal goal. The next point is the interest of group must always prevail over the individual interest, and principle implies a harmony of personal interest and common interest. The third main point is unity of command. The principle states that one person should receive orders from only one superior. In other words, one person should be accountable to only one boss. And the second point is if a person receives orders from more than one superior, it creates choice, confusion, conflict, and disorder. The fourth point is appropriateness of direction techniques. Appropriate motivational and leadership techniques should be used by a manager while directing the pupil based on subordinate needs, capabilities, attitudes, and other situational variables. The next point is managerial communication. Directing should convey clear instruction to subordinate, and proper feedback ensures that they understood the instruction clearly. And to have effective direction, it is very essential to have an effective communication which provides for free flow ideas, information, suggestion, complaints, and grievance. The next point is use of informal organization. A manager must be aware of informal group in an organization and use it effective directing. The next point is leadership. Managers should exercise good leadership as it can influence subordinates positively without causing dissatisfaction among them. And the next point is follow through. A manager only issue orders and instruction but also follow up performance employees so as ensure that work is being performed as desired. He should intelligently observe his subordinates at work and correct them wherever they go wrong. Thank you for today.